In the cinematic universe, Clint Eastwood's name transcends mere action-packed scenes or powerful roles. Beyond the spotlight, he is a man with beautiful and tumultuous love stories. Throughout his storied life, Clint Eastwood's love stories have been as captivating as his on-screen performances. From the highs of passionate connections to the lows of public breakups, his personal journey has been a testament to the complexities of the human experience. As the legendary actor continues to captivate audiences, his romantic legacy remains an integral part of his enduring legacy. Let's explore the legendary actor's romantic journey, from his first steps to the memorable moments that shaped his life. 1. Maggie Johnson. Eastwood first met Maggie Johnson in May 1953 when she was a student at the University of California, Berkeley. At the time, Eastwood had recently been discharged from the military and was planning on attending Los Angeles City College, according to Richard Schickel's Clint Eastwood, a biography. Before starting school, Eastwood visited a friend in nearby San Francisco. His friend set Eastwood and Johnson up on a blind date, even though Johnson had a boyfriend at the time. Johnson recalled that she was impressed by Eastwood. Before moving to LA, he fathered a child with another woman in Seattle. By the time he arrived in LA that fall, he was still dating Johnson, who had graduated college and moved in with her family in nearby Alhambra, California. It wasn't long before the couple began discussing marriage. Eastwood admitted that he was hesitant, but he eventually decided to propose. The couple tied the knot on December 19, 1953, just a few months before his daughter Lori Murray was born and placed for adoption, unbeknownst to Eastwood. Although Eastwood agreed to be married, the couple soon hit bumps in the road. The actor went as far as to call their first year of marriage terrible, as he often still wanted to do as he pleased. Then, in the late 50s, he began an extramarital affair that resulted in his second child, Kimber Lynn, born in 1964. The couple went on to welcome their own children. Their son Kyle Eastwood arrived in 1968, and Allison Eastwood was born in 1972. The family eventually relocated to Carmel-by-the-Sea, California, where they spent 7 years building their dream home. It was there that the couple's marriage fell apart, amid rumors of Eastwood's affair with his co-star Sandra Locke. Eastwood said he and Johnson often argued about the home's construction and eventually found themselves drifting apart. In 1979, several years into Eastwood's affair with Locke, the couple officially called it quits. When they officially divorced in 1984, Johnson reportedly received a $25 million settlement. Since then, the pair have remained on good terms and stayed friends throughout the years. She was even by his side with their children when Eastwood was elected mayor of Carmel-by-the-Sea in 1986. In July 2022, their daughter Allison opened up about the former couple's relationship, revealing that they were still celebrating holidays together and lived just a mile away from each other. "I'm so thankful that both of them are friends. We all celebrate Thanksgiving together," Allison told Fox News. "Their lives are intertwined, and it's been great, and they've always gotten along really well. I give my mom a lot of credit for being somebody who said, 'We have a family together, regardless of whether we're married or not. We want the kids to know that we get along, and we're friends still.' That was especially important to both of my parents. Family came first." 2. Roxanne Tunis. While Eastwood was still married to Johnson, he met stuntwoman Roxanne Tunis on the set of Rawhide, which began in 1959. The pair soon began an affair, which would reportedly go on for 14 years. Tunis became pregnant, and in 1964, she gave birth to their daughter, Kimber Lynn Eastwood. Eastwood has claimed that, at the time, he didn't know that Tunis was pregnant, and he wasn't told about the baby until a year after her birth. He later said in Clint Eastwood, a biography, that learning the news made him feel like he got the wind knocked out of him. Eastwood made arrangements to take care of Kimber, but he did not see her often, only visiting her every 3 or 4 months. Tunis continued to see Eastwood, visiting him on sets and in his office, though it's not known when their affair ended. Actress and dancer Roxanne Tunis has died aged 93. The sad news has been confirmed by her daughter Kimber Eastwood, who was born during Roxanne's relationship with Clint Eastwood. Roxanne died on June 23, 2023, following a brief illness. Her daughter Kimber, 59, said in a statement, "My mom passed after a brief illness." Announcing her mother's death, Kimber told Radio Online that her father Clint had sent his condolences to Kimber and her son. She then commented, "He is just as sad as I am." Roxanne was one of Clint's true loves, said the source. He maintained a healthy relationship with Roxanne until the end and is devastated by the loss and for his daughter Kimber. Following her decades-long career in the film and TV industry, Roxanne, who was previously married to Jack Watson Sheck Jr., is said to have become a transcendental meditation teacher later in life. Her daughter Kimber, who has followed in her father's footsteps by becoming a film producer, told the outlet that Roxanne was also deeply religious. She added that her late mother also loved painting, drawing, writing, and traveling. 3. Sandra Locke. Eastwood first met actress Sandra Locke in 1972 when she was auditioning for his film, Breezy. At the time, Eastwood was still married to Johnson, and Locke was married to her childhood best friend Gordon Anderson. Although she didn't get the part, she was later cast in Eastwood's film The Outlaw Josie Wales in 1975, and the pair began an affair. In her autobiography, The Good, the Bad, and the Very Ugly, A Hollywood Journey, Locke alleged that Eastwood said there was no real relationship left between him and Johnson. Eastwood and Locke's relationship continued after filming Wrapped, and Locke said she even moved into one of his homes. By the time they filmed The Gauntlet, rumors of a romance were swirling. Despite the headlines, the pair publicly maintained that they were just friends. Locke said that she had the greatest amount of respect, admiration, and fondness for Eastwood. "Everybody would love for us to say, 'It's all true, we're madly in love,'" Locke told People in 1978. "But people will believe whatever they want to believe. Even if it were true, which it isn't, I certainly wouldn't talk about it." The following year, Eastwood and Johnson separated. Locke alleged in her autobiography that by then, she had had 2 abortions and a tubal ligation. As Eastwood told her, he didn't want any more children, per Vanity Fair, though Eastman denied the allegations. Locke and Eastwood's relationship continued for the next decade, growing more and more toxic. Throughout it, Locke remained legally married to and in a platonic relationship with Anderson, who was gay. Over the course of their turbulent relationship, Eastwood had affairs with both Jacelyn Reeves and Frances Fisher. By the end, the former couple were barely seeing each other, and in April 1989, Eastman allegedly moved all of Locke's belongings into storage and changed the locks on the doors of their home, according to the Washington Post. Shortly after, Locke filed a palimony lawsuit against Eastwood, alleging that she suffered humiliation, mental anguish, severe emotional and physical distress, and mental and physical harm during their relationship. She asked for a $1.3 million share of the wealth amassed during their relationship, as well as several of their properties, including one that had been leased to Anderson. The lawsuit sat in limbo for over a year. In the meantime, Locke was being treated for breast cancer. In 1990, it was finally agreed upon that, in exchange for Locke dropping the suit, Eastwood would secure her a $1.5 million development deal at Warner Brothers, award her the house where Anderson lived, and pay her $450,000 plus monthly support payments. In November 2018, Locke died of cardiac arrest related to breast and bone cancer. She and Anderson remained married and close friends until her death. Reflecting on the relationship, she told the Washington Post, "My biggest misfortune, my greatest regret, is that I wish I'd cut my time with Clint in half. I wouldn't say I wish I never had the relationship, but I wish I'd found a way. I'd understood who he was, where it would end, 5 or 6 years earlier, so I could have gotten on with things." 4. Jacelyn Reeves. Jacelyn Reeves was born on December 21, 1951, in Seattle, Washington. Before her relationship with Clint Eastwood, she worked as a flight attendant. She also dabbled in acting and appeared in a few television shows and movies. However, she is mostly known for her high-profile relationship with Eastwood. Clint Eastwood and Jacelyn Reeves' relationship began in the late 1970s. They met while Reeves was working as a flight attendant, and their romance blossomed quickly. Despite the challenges posed by Eastwood's celebrity status and their age difference, they managed to build a bond that led to them having 2 children together, Scott and Catherine Eastwood. Both have followed in their father's footsteps, pursuing careers in the entertainment industry. Despite their initial happiness, the relationship faced numerous challenges. Eastwood was already a well-established star and had other romantic interests, including a long-term relationship with actress Sandra Locke. This created a tumultuous environment for Reeves, leading to their eventual separation. Being in a relationship with a high-profile celebrity like Clint Eastwood brought a mix of public attention and scrutiny. Reeves had to navigate the complexities of fame, which often put a strain on their relationship. They ultimately parted ways, but both have expressed mutual respect for one another. Following her relationship with Eastwood, Reeves returned to a life away from the public eye. She has maintained a remarkable level of privacy, choosing not to capitalize on her connection to celebrity. This decision won respect in an age where personal revelations can become commodities. While not a celebrity in the traditional sense, Reeves has contributed to the entertainment world through children, particularly Scott Eastwood. Scott has often spoken about his mother's influence on his career and values. This indirect impact on the entertainment industry underscores her quiet yet significant legacy. In a world obsessed with fame and the trappings that come with it, Jacelyn Reeves' story stands as a reminder of the value of maintaining one's privacy and integrity. Though intertwined with Hollywood glamour, her life narrates a tale of choice. The choice to live quietly yet meaningfully, away from the glares of public scrutiny. 5. Frances Fisher. In late 1988, while Eastwood was dating Locke and having an ongoing affair with Reeves, he met actress Frances Fisher. The pair first crossed paths when she was cast in Pink Cadillac, although they didn't meet until the film's pre-production party. Fisher said it was love at first sight when she entered the room on roller skates and saw Eastwood. "He looked right at me, the way he does every other woman in the world, but it got to me too. I mean, when he turns it on, he can turn it on, and I just went, oh my God, look at that." There was a human being there. I just saw such beauty in his presence, and I felt like a big piece of the puzzle had fallen in place, Fisher shared in Clint Eastwood, a biography. They spent time together throughout filming and back in LA when they returned home. Eastwood and Locke's split made headlines shortly after in late 1989, and Fisher was surprised, as he had not mentioned the relationship. The pair began to date quietly and eventually moved in together. By 1992, they were attending red carpet events together. Fisher told people their relationship was steady, serious, and we have a lot of fun. In Eastwood's biography, Fisher recalled that all was well as long as she knew he was faithful. 6. Dina Eastwood. While Eastwood was dating Fisher, he met news anchor Dina Eastwood, née Dina Ruiz, who was local to Carmel by the Sea. After she interviewed him in 1992, they crossed paths again at a local event. "We got along really well, and I guess we flirted a little bit because she took the film back to KSBW, and one of her associates said, 'You're going to marry him.'" Eastwood told Carmel magazine of their first meeting. "Then we were attending a function out at Spanish Bay, and one of the hosts said, 'Do you mind sitting with Dina Ruiz?' I said, 'No, not at all.' We ended up holding hands and doing all that kind of nonsense." In early 1995, they were photographed kissing at a golf tournament, but they didn't become a couple until after he and Fisher had split. In September 1995, Eastwood proposed, and in December, he took her to a courthouse in Haley, Idaho, to get their marriage license. In March 1996, while Dina was on a girls' trip in Las Vegas, Eastwood organized a wedding ceremony to take place at his friend Steve Wynn's nearby estate. In just 48 hours, the wedding was planned, and the couple were saying, "I do." Dina later told people it was her dream wedding. Shortly after their nuptials, Eastwood and Dina learned they were expecting their first baby. In December 1996, they welcomed their daughter, Morgan Eastwood. The couple remained married while raising Morgan. In her 2007 interview with Carmel magazine, Dina shared that the longest they'd ever go apart was maybe 10 days. "He's the least pretentious person I've ever met, and I love that he's so conscientious about nature and letting things remain as they are," she told the outlet. When Morgan was a little girl, she liked to go in our yard to look at the flowers, and he'd say, "Please don't pick the flowers, let them live." He's one of those people who takes bugs outside. I call him St. Francis of Assisi. In 2012, the couple shared insight into their lives on Mrs. Eastwood and Company. The reality show chronicled Dina's life with Morgan and stepdaughter Francesca, but only occasionally featured Eastwood. Sources later told people that Eastwood was furious about the show, as it went against everything he stands for. By June of that year, in the middle of the show's airing, their marriage had fallen apart. Those close to the couple told people that, although they were still living in the same house, they were sleeping in different rooms. Dina reportedly began leaning on her old friend, Scott Fisher, for support. He had been living in Australia and was going through a divorce. Although Dina said her relationship with Scott was platonic, his ex-wife, Erica Fisher, was concerned about the nature of their relationship and reached out to Eastwood in early 2013. By March, Eastwood and Erica were dating, a revelation that left Dina in total shock. Dina filed for legal separation from Eastwood in September 2013, asking for joint custody of Morgan and spousal support. She asked her followers on Twitter not to speak negatively of Eastwood, writing that he is a wonderful, good-natured, brilliant person. In October 2013, Dina officially filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Following their split, Dina shared on Bethany Frankel's talk show that she and Eastwood were still on good terms. "He's lovely. He hasn't done much. It's other people around him have done things that have blown me away, and again, my future ex-husband has done nothing wrong," she told Frankel, per E! News. "He is the sweetest. He is a loving, kind, low-key person, so my intuition was still great on marrying a good person." In July 2016, Dina married Scott Fisher in Santa Barbara, California. In August 1993, Eastwood and Fisher welcomed their daughter, Francesca Ruth Eastwood. They went on to have what Fisher called a miraculous period of family time together. But by the end of 1993, their relationship had begun to dissolve. Between personal conflicts, Fisher's discovery of Eastwood's children with Reeves, and paparazzi shots of Eastwood kissing another woman, Fisher moved into the guest house. By spring 1995, the couple had fully separated. With relationships, with people, you're attracted to somebody for a reason. You follow it through, and if you can't get past the honeymoon stage and get into the deeper meanings of why you're together, you're doomed to just stop when things start getting tough, Fisher told the LA Times shortly after their split. The former couple are now on good terms and have even appeared at red carpet events together. In 2004, Fisher told SF Gate, "I believe when you have loved someone, if you don't destroy it with pettiness, then the love is always there." 7. Erica Tomlinson Fisher. While Eastwood was still married to Dina, Erica Tomlinson Fisher reached out to him. At the time, she was finalizing a divorce from her husband Scott, a longtime friend of Dina. Dina and Scott had reconnected, and Erica was concerned about the nature of their relationship. After their initial conversation, the pair began speaking on the phone often. In March 2013, they began dating. While they never made their relationship public, Erica was photographed in LA with Eastwood, in photos obtained by the Daily Mail. It's not known how or exactly when their relationship ended. 8. Sandra Sandera. Eastwood, 94, and Sandera began dating in 2014. They were photographed grocery shopping together in June of that year, as seen in photos obtained by the Daily Mail. Sandera accompanied the veteran actor-director to many events, especially pertaining to his films. They made their first public appearance together at the 2015 Academy Awards, when his movie American Sniper was nominated for 6 awards, including Best Picture. In 2016, the couple appeared together at a screening of Eastwood's film Sully at the Directors Guild of America. The following year, they went to the Cannes Film Festival together. Sandra also joined Eastwood and his entire family, including 3 of his kids, his granddaughter, and his first wife, Maggie Johnson, at the premiere of his 2018 film, The Mule. Eastwood and Sandra, who were very private about their relationship, reportedly met when she was working as a hostess at his property, the Mission Ranch Hotel in Carmel by the Sea, California, on the Monterey Peninsula, where Eastwood has lived for decades. While Eastwood may be an A-list actor and filmmaker, his partner of 10 years maintained a more low-key profile. Aside from her relationship with Eastwood, not much is known about her, and she was not on social media. Eastwood also eschews the spotlight, and the couple opted for a quiet life together in Carmel by the Sea, a small coastal town in which Eastwood also formerly served as the mayor. Prior to his relationship with Sandra, Eastwood had been married twice, to model Maggie Johnson from 1953 to 1987 and to news anchor Dina Ruiz from 1996 to 2004. He's also had several high-profile relationships outside of his 2 marriages, including long-term romances with Titanic actress Frances Fisher and his The Gauntlet co-star Sandra Locke. Christina Sandera, the longtime girlfriend of Clint Eastwood, died of a heart attack, the Monterey County Health Department has reportedly confirmed. Her immediate cause of death was listed as cardiac arrhythmia, a disorder in which, according to the Mayo Clinic, the electrical impulses in the heart malfunction and cause an abnormal heartbeat. Atherosclerotic coronary artery disease was listed as an additional condition leading to her death, according to a Tuesday report in the New York Post. Eastwood announced Sandera's death in a statement last Thursday, although no cause of death was given at the time. She was 61 when she died July 18th. "Christina was a lovely, caring woman, and I will miss her very much," Eastwood said in his Thursday statement. His youngest daughter, Morgan Eastwood, also posted a tribute. "A devastating loss for our whole family," she said on her Instagram story. "Thank you, Christina, for being a good partner to my dad. You will be missed." Clint Eastwood's life has weathered many storms, yet love remains an essential part of it. He is a passionate man, ceaselessly seeking connection and confronting life's fluctuations. From simple dates to enduring relationships, Eastwood's love journey has been colorful. Whether on screen or off, he remains a legend with unforgettable love stories. Life is a long film, and love is an indispensable part. Clint Eastwood has penned pages full of emotion, and we cannot forget those moments. In the hearts of many, this legend continues to shine.